Hey everybody, I am Karen. I'm going to be your facilitator tonight. I love the acoustical version of that song. Is it beautiful? And the message is great, male, female, or whatever you might identify as. I still think the message is the same. I'm really excited to be here with you. This is one of my absolute favorite socials. The only one that I like just as well, maybe just a hair more, is I do love that Wheel of Life. Ikigai is pretty good too, but man, it marks the brand new year and it is just such a positive way to set your aspirations. And I'm going to really step you through this. So is there anybody that this is I just saw someone said it's their very first time. Kelsey, welcome. Anybody else who is brand new that this is their very first social? If it is, okay, Helen, welcome. Now, we got a lot of them. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Couple little housekeeping things. Make sure that your chat is set to everyone if you want everyone to see it. If you see it in the left-hand corner of the slide, if you don't have everyone selected, it's just going to be Malika and myself, which I guess that leads me into introducing Malika, my stage manager. So she's in there in the chat, giving you a wave, looking like an angel with that sun in the back. She is going to support us. We have done this social. I think this is our third time to do it together, and it's one of our favorites. So much fun. So make sure your chat's set to everyone. If you are on an iPhone or iPad, sometimes it will revert back to host and panelist. So keep your eye open for that. If you post something and no one's responding, that may be the case. And I'm coming to you right outside of the Bay Area. I am in Marin County, right on the other side of Golden Gate Bridge, just about 2 towns from Sausalito. So our community guidelines: be kind and courteous to yourself and others. No promotions or spam. I'm so proud of all the things that you're doing. Maybe you've written a book or something, but this isn't the place to share it, unfortunately. Respect everyone's privacy. This is like Vegas. What happens here stays here. You may see someone's name that you recognize in real life. And if that's the case, this is a safe space. What happens on this call stays here. Limit repetitive product and accessory questions. I know we all love good stickers and pins and such, and that's a great place to post it, is not here, but in your Sonder Club in the app, and you will get all the advice you possibly can need. Malika and I do not work for headquarters. We're independent contractors. So if you are having problems with your subscription, we have to refer you to hello@silkandsonder.com. We're unable to look into it, unfortunately, but they are amazing. Just note that it is a tiny but mighty team, and they are a 9 to 5 team. So if you email them on a Sunday, you probably aren't going to hear from them until Monday. And then probably the most significant thing is Sonder Socials are a tool to help elevate your emotional health through the power of community, but you're responsible for your emotions, well-being, and decisions. In this social or any social, if something doesn't sit right with you, it is absolutely okay to listen to the music, participate in the chat, let something marinate, or just skip it. That is okay. There is no right or wrong way to Sonder, and I guess it's been probably February, will be 4 years, not as a facilitator, but as a user. And I've never filled out every single page. And this journal still does wonderful things for me. So just kind of keep that in mind, especially if you're new. This month's theme is ambition. And some people have a negative connotation about ambition. I don't happen to be one of those people. I've always been a very driven person and always going for the next step. Like, what's next? What am I doing more, especially when it comes to my education? So we're going to dive in our opening activity a little more about those negative connotations and really imagining letting them go if you're one of those people. We're going to have our opening activity, and I'm going to let you know right now, I have switched the order. We're going to do dream life first and our vision board second. I do that very intentionally because I think after you imagine your dream life, it is so much easier to come up with images for the vision board. So that is definitely how we want to be able to make that happen. So here is our opening activity. If you are brand new, the opening activities are not in your journal. So a scratch piece of paper, a notes page, or a page that you don't use is a perfect place to be able to Journal about this. So flip to a notes page, the scratch pad for the week, your thoughts, journal, sticky notes, etc. Think about the definition, your definition of ambition. Jot down some words or phrases, or maybe even draw a picture. You can always break out the stickers too if that suits. Do you have any negative feelings attached to that word? Imagine yourself letting those negative feelings drift away as you welcome a new meaning. So, if you do have negative connotations, I want you to think about collecting those in a big bubble of light and letting them float up. I think a lot of times we feel like we already have so much that it is not okay to ask for more. I want you to let go of that. I want you to let your light shine tonight. Don't dumb it down for anybody. So it is okay to want more. It's okay to be ambitious. So here's mine. Really, really very basic. Ambition and things I think of about ambition is CEO, being driven, powerful, healthy, desire, determination, goals. Now, if you are still struggling with this concept, if you have not gone to our founder's letter from Meha, who just happens to be Malika's sister, I would encourage you on page 2, if you're stuck, to read the opening letter because that gives us insight of what it was that she was thinking. In addition to that, if you are still struggling with this and you have not looked and where is it? Where is it? I should have written the page number down. Oh, here it is, page 17, rereading The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. I think most of us are familiar with this point, but it might give you a little bit of insight. So I am going to go off camera. I'm going to give you a few minutes to work, and we would love to know what you are thinking in the chat. Okay. Okay. So, in those opening activities, we dig a little deeper into the theme. And now we're going to move on to page 19, our dream life. Here are some questions that I will put back up while you're going through and working through it. But thinking about writing about your ambitious life, think about envisioning, how do you spend your time? When you get up in the morning, is the first thing you do grab your cell phone? Or do you leisurely create a coffee ritual or tea ritual as you sit and take a few deep breaths and read? Are you spending your time 24/7 at work? Are you getting time out in nature? What are you doing? What is it that makes you happy and lights you up? Who are you spending your time with in your dream life? And, I don't mean like some movie star guy, unfortunately, but I mean, if you want to put him in there, I'm not going to say no. But, who are you spending time with? Where are you living? Maybe where you're currently living is not where you want to be. Maybe you want to be in a vineyard in Italy, or maybe you want to be on the coast in Costa Rica. This is dreaming big. Remember, don't dim your light. You can dream as big as you want and not feel selfish for it. Where are you working? Are you in the current field that you are, maybe in a different position or a higher position? Are you in a completely and totally different profession? And then those of you who did Ikigai, this one might sound somewhat familiar. Who are you serving? When we find our life's purpose, we are happier. So how are we serving others? Now, that doesn't necessarily always mean within our career. Maybe it's in your church group, volunteer work. Maybe you're helping an elderly neighbor. There's lots of ways to be able to interpret that. How does it feel to wake up in the morning? Are you excited to get out of bed? Are you leisurely getting up because you've created this beautiful ritual that helps you get ready for the day? Are you just jumping out of bed in your dream life late, grabbing coffee and a Pop-Tart and rushing out the door? Probably not, right? What kind of salary are you making? Are you making more than you have now? Are you making less with less demands? Maybe you have a high paying job right now, but it's super demanding, and that's not something in your dream life that you want to have. What does the salary allow you to do? Is travel your passion? Do you love rescue dogs and you wish you had a piece of property to be able to do something like that? You can, the world is your oyster. You get to dream big. How are you changing the world? It may be a little thing, it may be a big thing. We can change the world in so many ways. You never know when you give someone a compliment if that compliment has changed not only their day but their entire life. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm, traveling to Africa to work in the Peace Corps. Simple totally is awesome. Actually, I've kind of changed my mind. I'm not going to come back to the slide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to give you a few minutes. If one of these questions doesn't resonate with you, remember that community guideline, don't answer it. You could draw a picture of this. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but I'm going to give you a little time to think about your perfect day, your perfect life. And it could be doodles, jot lists, stream of consciousness writing. You can do this on a notes page, a sticky note, scratch sheet of paper, anything like that. Okay, I'm going to give you a song just to kind of reflect before we move forward. Okay, so maybe that just kind of got your wheels turning. I'm going to show you some examples before we break this page down into three different components. This version is Bailey's from a couple of years ago. I think this is the first year that she did it. Um, get clear on what you want your life to look like. Who will you be? What will you want to do? And what do you want to have? The trick is not to tie any timelines to this. Dream big. It may happen a month from now, 10 years from now. Let your imagination run wild. So for her, she wanted to be a senior operation analyst, happy, an industry expert, patient, a senior advisor, a lifelong friend, the start of a legacy, a mother, kind. Do to travel to all 50 states, go to Japan, visit family in Europe, visit friends in Canada, go on a game show, see the Northern Lights, eat at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, write a book. Have a beach home, a sunroom, a garden, mindfulness, satisfaction, a saltwater fish tank, a long, happy marriage, a Mini Cooper, a comfortable retirement, peace, grandchildren, community, happiness, more rescue cats, comfort, children, a theater room, a large home. I'm going to share mine from the last 2 years and then the one that I have now. I wanted to be a Pilates trainer of trainers, an expert hostess, a retreat host. What I'm doing with more travel, meal prep, have more fun with the hubby. I wanted to have more muscle, a beautiful backyard, an organized closet, house for retreats. Some of these things I have, some of these things I don't. Doesn't mean I won't get them. Last year, I wanted to become a health coach. I did that. Plant-based nutrition, working on that. Online Pilates business owner. Well, I'm a Pilates business owner, but not online. I actually opened a studio, run retreats. I haven't done that yet, but I want to. Travel more. I did. I went to Brazil. I went to Madrid. I traveled so many different places. Hike more nature. That didn't happen as much as I wanted it to last year. Backpack. Also didn't happen. Date nights out of the norm. I think I've done a good job with that. Journal, meditate. I certified. So yeah, pretty good. A beautiful backyard that's actually happening as we speak. So I've taken some things from the past 2 years. A house in New Zealand, still don't have that. Electric car, still waiting for the Boxster to come out in electric. So that was 2002, 2003, 2004. What do I want to be? A successful and profitable studio owner. I want to be healthy. I want to be a retreat host. So you can see I still have things I want to be able to do that I haven't accomplished yet. I want to be a health coach. And I don't mean just I am a certified health coach, but I want to be a coach that's like living by example. And I want to make nutrition a priority of educating others. And I'm still learning. And there's so much to know because we're also bio-individual. What works for one person doesn't work for someone else. Hike more. Sounds familiar, right? Backpack. That one's moving over. Travel. Run. Lift weights. I started lifting weights with a trainer last week. Pilates. Still obviously keeping that practice up. Self-care. Trying to find work-life balance. Still a struggle. An organized house. Most of it's organized, but since opening the studio, my guest room that I use for journaling and my closet and such has definitely gotten a mess. A larger studio, a house in New Zealand, a beautiful backyard, and an electric car. So you can see, I'd love to say that we can manifest all these things with just our mind, but the intention is to figure out what you want and to plant the seeds within yourself as well as the universe to be able to make this happen. But it's not going to happen on its own. We still have to work for it. But something about pen to paper, the first time I did this exercise, I ended up in tears. I had no idea that I wanted to run retreats. No idea at all. It was a shock to me. So we're going to break this into 3 sections. So I want you to just look at B. I'm going to play a song and you're looking just at B. Page 19. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to do this. And just because I move on doesn't mean that you have to move on. You do not have to complete this in the hours time permitted. This is a really kind of crazy exercise, and sometimes it takes longer, and that's okay too. So now I want you to focus on your do. So I'll go off camera. If you're still working on the be, that's okay too. But I want to give you adequate time without feeling overwhelmed. Okay, one more section on this page. Looking at the have, what do you want to have? Okay, be back in a few. Every time I hear that song, it makes me think of Glee. Love that show. Those of you who are suffering with chronic pain and that's something that you are really focused on, I just want to say, I see you. I know how hard it is. Those of you who are teachers that you felt like you've already given everything you have to give, I've been there too. So, there you go. So let's keep moving on. Okay, Mandy, I'm not the only one. I loved Glee. It was such a good show. A lot of tragedy around the actors, but a great show. So now we're going to go into our main event, our vision board page 16. Glee here. So we're on page 16. Right, Rachel, I love the way that you put that. Absolutely 100%. So I'm going to share Bailey's from a couple years ago, and then I'm going to share some different examples. And I have a new spin that I'd love to say that I came up with, but I didn't, but I'll share that in a minute, which may or may not resonate with you, but I figured I'd throw it out there because it might be exactly what you're looking for or not. So you can see this was 2002. I kind of want to call Bailey and see how she does on these lists and if she's gone back and what she's accomplished and what she hasn't. Notes. So she made notes of things that she wanted determined, like Harry: everyday self-care, water, outside, meditation, sleep, broader goals, exercise, eat out less, budget, clean home. So her vision board was simply just writing down words: bathroom remodel, healthier habits, 12 books to read, vow renewal. I know she did that one. Spend less time on social media, a promotion. I know she's gotten that one too. Become an early riser. I know that she hasn't, but she's working on it because I worked with her on Tuesday. Get more sleep. She's working on it. Stay hydrated. Travel somewhere new. More cat cuddles. Disney World. She did that. And I know last year she did it on her own. So yeah, I think she's doing pretty good on these. Planting the seeds. Planting the seeds. Here's mine for the last couple of years. 2002, 2003, love this life. You can see I wanted to backpack and travel, enjoy the little things. I use stickers and pictures. I wanted that organized closet. I got it. It's not organized right now, but I have everything in place to be organized. My husband put an elf system in. Those green smoothies, I'm actually doing a 10-day smoothie challenge. So I'm killing that right now. The Wanderlust. It looks a little different because I can't leave the studio very long, but camping on the weekends and our Bronco with the rooftop tent is definitely making that happen. And last year, health coach, electric car, date nights, travel, making memories, a beautiful house along the water, and then kind of that meditation. Local travel totally counts. Sometimes just leaving for 3 hours and driving somewhere that you don't normally go can be even more refreshing than a trip to Europe. Here's some examples from our Sonder fan. Words, stickers, magazine cutouts, if you want it to make really beautiful. There's no right or wrong way to be able to do this. I would encourage you, if you are someone who wants to post this somewhere, that maybe if you are someone who does not want to cannibalize your journal, find something else to do it on. Because if you don't want to rip out that journal page and you want that visual presence. And Malika and I tried to get those stupid emojis off, and we thought we did it and we didn't. So we're a little sad right now. So this one on the left-hand side was someone who used Canva, and they used it as a screensaver in the phone. If you're not familiar with Canva, it is a free online resource. Of course, you can pay for an upgrade, but they actually have a template that you can use, download, and then use as your screensaver. Here's another one where it's like a bigger poster. Maybe this is in their bedroom or something along those lines. Oh, Christine, I'm going to be sharing one of mine from there, definitely, for sure. So I'd love to say that this is my idea. I belong to a health coaching school, wonderful podcast. Tanya Lee, it used to be French Kiss Live. Now it's School of Self-Image. And this is for January of the year or whatever you want. Jillian, no right or wrong way. Maybe you are someone who wants to make a vision board every month because you love the process and it holds you accountable. Maybe this is a vision board for 10 years from now. There's no right or wrong way. So we did this whole seminar of live like an editor. So people in the group started making magazine covers. I used my word of the year as the title of my magazine, and my word of the year this year is flourish. And then return to life. Those are the things that I was really kind of giving a bigger picture on. Return to life, applying Joseph's teaching to everyday life. If you don't know, Pilates was invented by a guy named Joseph Pilates. And he was one of the very first, in my opinion, someone who talked about self-care, body brushing, time in nature, those types of things he knew were just as important, and the nutrition as the physical activities that you were doing. So I want to return to life. That was the name of his book, by making sure I'm doing self-care. The importance, as I mentioned, of work-life balance, prioritizing yourself as a business owner, tips for success. Cue the Core, that's the name of my studio. You can find me on Instagram if you're interested in what we're up to. I'm a co-founder, building a supportive and enjoyable wellness community. So that's how I set up mine. Now, I also created in Canva one with one of the phone templates. So Pilates, meal prep, self-care isn't selfish. That's actually, I have a pillow in my studio. That's really important to me for myself as well as my clients. And just living my life, flourishing, you see that that's there too, lifting weights and being an entrepreneur. Now, Malika is mentioning there, if you've missed it in the comments, that she does hers not in Canva, but she creates a board in Pinterest that she can add to and edit, which is also another lovely idea if you are not someone who is enjoying using online. Honestly, I would have done one in my journal, but my little zinc printer is being very uncooperative. And so it would have taken me forever. And I just didn't have the time and patience to do it today because, I'd like to say I have it all together and figured out, but I don't. Now, if you like the idea of the magazine cover, also that you can take it a step further. So for me, remember, return to life, applying Joseph's teaching to everyday life. I used Bard or ChatGPT AI to create an article. So I fed in the things I wanted to include, and I created an article that I can have and refer back to when I need inspiration. So you can use that AI tool to kind of help you in those types of things. Now, I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about these questions. And well, actually, I'm going to give you a little bit of time. You're going to be able to answer these questions if they're helpful. Maybe one's helpful, maybe none of them are helpful. You can ignore it if they're not. And I'm going to give you time to work on your vision board. Here are the questions. What type of person do you want to live into the new year? What type of person do you want to be? What do you look like? Act, feel, live, taste. What do you taste? Maybe you're someone who's like, I really want to enjoy kale and all the healthy eating and change my taste buds. Maybe you want to act like a woman who has it all together and your hair done and makeup on. Obviously, that is not me, but maybe that is you. What do your days look like? What do you want to welcome in more of into your life? What simple or grand pleasures bring you the most joy? What have you always wanted to do, be, or have that you've never started or finished? What word, phrases, visuals embody the life you want to live into? You can think of these specific areas: business, career, health, family, relationship, love, marriage, creativity, skills, self-development, travel, wealth. Other thoughts, places to go, important people, phrases, quotes. All of those are ways that you can kind of lean into creating your vision board. If you were stuck, Malika said, use Pinterest. Look at images. They can mean more than one thing. I did a vision board training a while back with someone, and they had a picture of the door. It was this pink door, and it symbolized multiple things. So it can mean more than one thing. So I'm going to go off camera. We're here to support you in the chat, and I'm going to give you some time to work. Maybe it's words, maybe it's stickers and words, maybe you are on Canva or on Pinterest. No right or wrong way. Wow, I'm with you. That hour did fly by. Woo! I get to sleep in a little bit tomorrow too. I have a meeting at 8:30, so I don't have to be there by like 6:30 in the morning. So that's great. So we definitely want you to share those pages with us. It's so inspiring to see. It's very fulfilling for us to see, but it also inspires other members. Refer friends to Silk and Saunders, $10 for them, $10 for you. Upgrade to an annual subscription if you're loving it. Save some money and the time. New social feedback survey if there's a type of social you would like to see. If you're wanting cooking socials back or certain times of the day work really well, that's the place to put it if you're looking for something like that. Okay, friends, I am so thrilled to have you with us. I'm going to put my playlist into the chat. It's a really good one. I'd like to say I made it, but I did not. And then I know that she's putting that YouTube link in. If you are brand new for that YouTube link, save it. Searching Silk and Saunders won't take you to the social, so you need to have that link. It takes a couple of days for it to get posted, but there's over 500 there that you can go back to if you're ever needing a little inspiration and there is not a social on. Love all the socials, yeah, for sure. And those of you who love Glee, I'm gonna take us out with my all-time favorite Glee mashup, Halo and Walking on Sunshine. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in Sonder Club.
Remember those walls of built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. They didn't